some of my predictions are psychic, in nature, and then some are just pattern recognition because people who do dumb shit don't like change their patterns, and they think they're smooth and they think they work and they do them over and over. And since the day before yesterday, the fire alarm was set off, and I did wake up and I knew that that was going to happen. Um, so I packed all my stuff. Well, yesterday morning I thought I posted that video. They watch my videos. It's gonna go off again today. And so I went ahead and got ready, and then I took a nap. And of course, it woke me up from my nap. They set it off again. There's like one particular person who has the same MO, doesn't like me, has control issues, works the door. And when she works the door, I have to wait at the door. I have to wait there, and there has to be like an example made of me, I guess, because she gets to control who goes in and out, you know what I mean? So I'll have to sit there, but it's the same person every time. I pull the camera out of my purse to film some slugs, walk back over to the door. Wouldn't you know? Door opens right away first time because there's a camera in your fucking face at the door. I know you can see me. Do you think I'm an idiot? I've actually sat and watched all of you sit in front of those cameras and talk shit about the people at the door, so I know you're watching. You control the door, remember? I spoke up about the car thing. Start making people get cars from you. Park over at the other place and then walk. That way, the idiot girl won't see it. The things you guys say in those comments, uh, the fact that, like, some of you call yourselves Christians. Jesus would never. Jesus would be ashamed. But that's the thing. It's like people who do this kind of crap, they like religion. Religion, it's the perfect uh, vehicle to control. You know, you spout certain Bible verses that fit your agenda. Throw those out there, and they excuse your behavior. They excuse. Uh, I mean, most people that go to church think that all their sins are forgiven on Sunday when they walk in that building, and then go out and bang their secretary or steal out of the collection plate. You know what I mean? Just walking through those doors, it clears it out, right? Also, I can just pick out a few Bible verses that say it's okay. Meanwhile, we've got the Ten Commandments, and we're like, we're committing at least 5 of these. I don't know. I don't know. And I've seen so many people run nonprofits and charities like this that are not at all charitable. Not at all. But, you don't have to, there's perks to it, you don't have to pay taxes, right? You get all kinds of government funding. There's another way to, like, excuse your sins. People don't like having their sins pointed out. You know what I mean? And and then grasping onto other people's sins. Well, I don't like the fact that I don't like who you love. You're not allowed to love who I don't think you should love. So therefore, I found this Bible verse that excuses uh, my it gives me a free pass to hate you and to do whatever I feel should be done to you because I don't like something that you're doing. It upsets me. It makes me it triggers something inside me that I don't want to look at. Probably something that I do that's similar, or feelings that I have that are similar, but I was brought up to believe that that's wrong, and therefore you're wrong, and my hatred towards you is valid. And that's not how it fucking works, because I spent my entire life going to Christian schools, having this shit shoved down my throat, memorizing Bible verses. And I remember being a little kid and hearing things and going, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. That's not what you're doing. Why is it okay for you to do that? But it says here that you're supposed to love your neighbor as yourself, or that God created us all in his own image. Why do you say it's okay to hate? And then there'd be some sort of, you know, spinning the wheels and excusing it. But I didn't get the same shit that all the adults got out of it, because they were using it more as a vehicle to excuse their own bad behavior and to condemn other people, you know? And at a very young age, I started seeing the hypocrisy in all of it and started pointing it out. And that's when I started getting shut down. Oh boy, did I get shut down. And that would also give them an excuse to beat the hell out of you, or to, essay children or whatever. And it was okay because they were adults or they were men, and it was excusable because they had proof. And even like my dad sometimes, um, one of his favorites was something. The one obey. I don't know the exact, because I didn't memorize this one, because it was one of the ones he always used to manipulate and control me. So I didn't really like it as much. See, I do it too. Everybody does. But it's something about obey your parents, because every time I would question his authority in any way, whether it be he called the Verizon line, and the operator couldn't understand him because he had a stroke and he mumbled, and they would ask to speak to somebody else, and they'd want to talk to me because I was in the room, and then he'd get mad at me because the guy couldn't understand him, so he'd start screaming Bible verses at me because it was my fault that he couldn't talk. And then he'd always, obey your parents or you're gonna burn in hell. And then it wasn't until later I was telling my shrink that one, and he read the rest of it to me, and it's like it said something like, fathers, don't antagonize your children. So he cut out like a whole section of that one and was using the first half of it to manipulate me so I wouldn't argue with him, or call out his bullshit. It's that type of crap. You know what I mean? And I'm just fed up with it, because I had a whole town of people do that bullshit in order to eh, basically hate crime us out of a town. People, the things that they did. And some of these people I knew for years. Some of them I'd never seen before. You know? But um, that that book, it was written centuries ago by about 30 different people. And have you ever played a game of telephone? You know? Every single person's got a different whole set of everything. Each book is written by a different dude. You know what I mean? It's there's no logic to it. And yeah, you can't have a whole lot of logic when it comes to faith or spirituality. I mean, it's hard to factor those two in, but at least with spirituality, there's scientific backing. You know what I mean? Like quantum physics and science is proving that there's something to it, as opposed to, and with every different faith, each one has something in it that is, they've all got a basic premise, which is just be kind to each other, and do good, and good will come to you. You know what I mean? But when you start when you start using it to control people's behavior, when you start using it to excuse terrible behavior, when you use it to hurt other people, then that's when it cancels itself out. And if you believe in an all-knowing, all-seeing creator, the Santa Claus of the sky, then he sees it all, right? He's seeing what you're doing. You can't get this shit past him, and you can spout as many Bible verses as you like. And it's still not going to change the fact that he's watching you, too. He's watching you mistreat his children and doing it in his name. And he's going to remember that, and you may get away with it now. But if you believe in a heaven and a hell, well, then you're not going to get away with it in the long run, are you? And all the Bible verses you spout aren't going to change it. And you don't really know that guy up there. You don't really know him. He's never spoken to you. You've never spoken to him, most of you. And you don't know what he actually feels. So you might be doing all this shit. And come to find out at the end, he totally disagrees with your ass. And bam, you get to burn in hell instead of the ones you were trying to condemn. Because it turns out he really, really loves gay people. They're his favorite. And you hurt the hell out of him. You know? You don't know. Excuse me. Confirmation sneeze. I don't pretend to know fucking anything. I mean, you learn something new every day. If you don't, then you're wasting time and the life you were given. But I do know one thing. I don't think that any of the religions, at their core, were created or have that basis, the underlying uh, thing that causes people to use it to hurt other people. But that's the thing about people. People ruin good things. So if it was in the beginning, if it was in the beginning, if they were like created for the right reasons, people come in and tarnish anything good. I mean, just look what they do to the earth. Look what they do to each other. I mean, what makes you think if they're given a set of rules to live by, just basic fundamental rules, and they can't even follow those, you know? Always got to twist and pervert shit. Nah, either way, I'm not a religious person, so it doesn't mean dick to me. And people can spout all their vitriol, and they can condemn and use the word of God to do whatever the fuck they want to with it. It doesn't have shit to do with me, and I don't have to listen to it. So, uh, yeah. So if I don't, if like I don't believe in it, then you know, you can try to get me to all you want. It ain't gonna make it happen. You know, it's kind of like my dad. He tried. He tried for the wrong reasons, but he definitely tried. It didn't stick. And it certainly ain't gonna do it when a bunch of strangers try to do it. I got no time for it. Especially if you aren't the living representation of it. Don't tell me what the fuck to do with it, you know? Alright. Well, I'm gonna go in here and start another fucking Groundhog Day. I've seen all these comments that you guys leave. Oh my god. You're you are something else. Something else, I tell you. I just I've given up on hoping for justice at this point. I'm just praying for a miracle. Alright. Love you. Have a good day.